to Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A Visa debit card. Show your Wildcat spirit and get your free debit card today. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.
Coach, two outstanding wins up in the state of Washington. Your front line in particular played well, and let's start with the Pullman game when you've got Tarczewski, Ashley, and Hollis Jefferson with 17 points apiece. They're all hitting the glass. How important, valuable is that for your team to have that strength inside?
Well, it's very important, and I was really happy for Caleb Tarczewski. He was coming off of one of his worst performances at ASU, where he didn't play particularly well, and there was a line behind him in that game, obviously. But I know he felt bad about how he played, and the answer a lot of times is simply to get back on your feet, work even harder, concentrate, and go into the next opportunity and be better. And that's what he did. He approached the practices in between the ASU and the Washington game the right way. He worked extra. And I really felt that he came in there with confidence and he caught the ball well, scored it, played as usual, terrific defense, and then that led into maybe the best weekend he's had in a while, where he played an excellent game at Washington State on both ends.
Well, your team played very well in Seattle and Pullman. So if I threw out one word, consistency would that be your biggest goal for this team now as you head down to the last 6 games of the regular season?
Yes, that and just continued improvement. As far along as we are, there's things that can really take on an even higher level of performance. And whether that's our, defense and certain aspects of it, offensively, certain aspects of it, we want to continue to be that team, Brian, that we're not just playing games right now, that when we practice, and maybe we don't practice as long, and certainly we're preparing for the other team. But it's so much about continued trying to get better, trying to improve, whether it be individually or collectively. We want to continue to be that team on both ends of the ball, that as you watch us move towards March, that we're playing our best.
In the desert Southwest, there is a dominant force, delivering powerful results with unmatched capabilities and dynamic leadership. From the people who brought you U of A debit cards and banking at your fingertips, Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Hughes, that's my team. Let's do this.
Wow, an Academy Award winner, right, Wilbur?
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Coach, Thursday night, Jason Terry will be back in town, and Jersey will be retired at halftime. What does it mean for the Arizona program to have former players like Jason Terry not only honored, but just as a big part of the program?
Well, it's everything. I think that the biggest gift that we have in all that we do, especially in our future recruiting, is our amazing tradition. And it starts with Coach Olson, and it goes to the great teams that have played here. But it always comes back to those players who came here and got the job done. And I don't think any of us can really name anyone who's ever played here that got it done at a higher level than Jason Terry. He's the National Player of the Year. He was a 6th man and really almost a 6th starter on a national championship team. We've talked about it here recently, Brian, where he's a high school state champion, a national champion, and then a world champion with the Dallas Mavericks. So to honor his legacy is the right thing, and to see his number with the others that have been retired is the proper thing. And we can't thank the Pac-12 enough for continuing to work with us. And I think Greg Byrne, as our athletic director, continued to push and make sure that we got the right thing done. And this is the right thing. And I think as energetic as McHale is on game day, it'll even be more energetic on Thursday, welcoming JT back.
You've got the LA schools in town this week, and that's always a great rivalry between Arizona and UCLA and USC. Because you only play them once in the regular season, as you did last year, does that heighten the rivalry even more when you just have that one shot between the two schools?
You know, I haven't really thought of it that way. They're two really big games. They're conference games, they're home games. UCLA right now is playing maybe the best basketball they've played all season long. And you can see why. They have a lot of younger talent. They lost a lot from last year. It takes some time to get both feet on the ground. And really USC is the same, playing a lot of young players. The most talent they have on their team are in the freshman and sophomore classes. And you know, it's up to us to be ready. We have to defend our home court, coming off of really a great weekend in Washington. Like you had mentioned, Brian, it's about being consistent. It's about improving and building on what we just did.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.